time once again to slip into your camo, grab your bow, and join us out in the field for another episode of the Up North Journal, presented by PSE Archery. The Up North Journal crew is knocked and ready to rock for another exciting adventure, so let's step outside and hit the trail.
This episode of the Up North Journal podcast is brought to you by
PSE Archery,
Buck Baits,
Better the Hunt,
Rebel 6 Rubs and Seasonings,
Easy Cut,
Limb Walker Game Calls,
Sunrise Archery,
Total Peep,
Hunter's Blend Coffee,
Packer Max,
Fourth Arrow Camera Arms,
Scent Blocker,
Scent Lock,
Copper John,
and Stanislawski Release Aids. Welcome back to another episode of the Up North Journal podcast, everybody. My host, Mike Adams, sitting in the cabin tonight with Dan DeFaw, freshly back from Michigan's Upper Peninsula.
Woo! What a trip.
Are you refreshed?
Refreshingly tired?
Okay.
Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
You know how that goes. We always,
yeah.
You know, you spend a week out in the woods and you think you're... We talked about this, matter of fact, up north. But, yeah, we'll talk about that in the first section there about being tired even though you're sitting.
Right, so. Right. Well, you know what? Let's get with it here and help the people who help us.
Absolutely. Let's go over to our supporters there and Rebel 6 Rubs. You know, it might be getting cold out, but you can still enjoy Rebel 6 Rubs.
Absolutely.
You know, and if you go over there to rebel6rubs.com and you use the promo code NorthJournal, you'll get 20% off your checkout.
Great stocking stuffer.
Excellent stocking stuffer.
So get some.
Right? And what better way to support Buck Baits going over there, looking for some cover scents. It's getting to be about that time. Make sure you get your scents in order. And if you use the promo code UpNorthJournal, you'll get 20% off your order when you check out at buckbaits.com. Mm-hmm. And to keep you warm out in the woods or in the cabin.
That's right.
That's right.
As we do here.
Yeah, that's right. You go over to huntersblendcoffee.com. You use the promo code capital UNJ, which is under Mike's finger on the screen, and you get 10% off your order.
Absolutely. There you go.
So that's a great way to help support us and get over there and help support them.
Mr. Sias just chimed in. He said, "Good evening, gentlemen and Danny."
Well, of course. He knows when he talks about me.
So there you go.
Always refer to me.
Not as a gentleman.
Daniel Burns out there. Hey, how's it going down there? Yeah. So, you know, you go up north and you spend a week out in the middle of nowhere. And
yeah.
You feel relaxingly tired when you get back.
Relaxingly tired.
You're all that fresh air that you have during the day, cold.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't warm.
I saw there was a bunch of white stuff on the ground up there.
I tell you what, I left out of here last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I left at noon.
Okay.
And I was on time, and I went through all 4 seasons in Michigan in one trip.
I
left here. It was sunny, decently warm.
Yeah.
Got up to about Saginaw, the Z Bridge. All of a sudden, the rain started.
Right.
And then from the rain to the bridge was rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. I'm like, oh, great. This is fun. And then I started heading west out of St. Ignace. Started sleeting.
Okay.
And when I hit Crystal Falls I got there at 7 o'clock, it was a blizzard.
You had to break the sleigh out?
I literally had to break the sleigh out when I got there. It was Crystal Falls is basically their main offices. They're up on a hill. So Main Street, you look up a hill, right?
Right.
And as soon as I could start to see that hill, all I could see was white.
Okay.
And it was like, here we go. Sure enough, the blizzard had commenced.
Nice.
So I got there, I got unpacked, I got the cabin going, got the fire going, everything was good, and it was snowing. But it was warm. It was 32, 31, 30. It was right in that
nasty zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, needless to say, I just kind of sat back. My cousins were up there. I ran down to his place. One of the cousins wasn't back yet. So he said, hey, let's go look for him. Well, what had happened was...
Oh, he wasn't back from hunting.
Right.
Okay.
And so what had happened was when they went out, it wasn't snowing. And it snowed while it was out there. And he took a wrong turn coming back.
Uh-oh.
But it was okay. We picked him back up, and he didn't get that far off course when he realized he was...
that far off
course.
So nice.
Needless to say, we got him. We got back to the cabin. They didn't see nothing. So I got all set, got ready to go, got in some good sleep, slept in. I had to run to town, do some usual shopping and buying some supplies that I figured I'd just buy up there instead of buying them here and
Support local.
Well, that's true too. And so I did that. I went out. I set up my blinds, made sure everything was good. All my platforms were right. Blinds.
So you're bow hunting.
Yes, I am bow hunting.
Did you shoot your bow a lot before you went up, or when you got up there? I mean, we haven't really shot a lot since we had them set up over at Sunrise Archery.
I did not. I did not shoot it since. I don't think I shot since then. Actually, to tell you the truth,
Since the last 3D shoot.
right?
Okay. Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, it's
Neither, nor. Either way, I haven't shot my bow since that time.
right.
We'll get into more in a little bit that here later in the show.
And so it was one of those things that you just, I got the blinds all set up, and I said, okay, I can make it out to the woods for the evening hunt. That was my main goal on Saturday night. And as I was out there, the white stuff was just coming down.
Okay.
So I got up there, and I said, you know what? I checked the trail cameras really quick, and I didn't see nothing.
It's looking a little white out there on your picture there.
Yeah, that is 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm sitting down for the first hunt of the year, and I'm staring off at the white stuff.
What was that like the first hour you got out there? What you hit the woods for the first time. I've yet to experience that this year.
You want to talk about a nice feeling of decompression.
All the weight of the world off your shoulders.
Oh, it wasn't really. It was kind of windy, but you could hear it coming through the trees, and you could just see, like you see in the picture here. You can see the white. So the deer were sticking out if I were going to see any, and I was just sitting there, just taking it all in, making sure everything I had was right. I sat there for the first hour. Was just a nice take a deep breath, listen to nothing, figure out what's going on. What are you going after? Okay, so then I'm like, all right, I'm good there. So let's take a look at my setup and figure out what's going on. And it's like, all right, it was kind of cold. Not gonna lie, it was cold. So I broke out the Better Than the Hunt mitt. I had it on my bow, ready to go. Hey, that kind of rhymed. That was pretty good. So I had that. I made sure of my sight, and then I had my arrows ready to go as well. And so, with that being said, I just starting to zone in where I was on the property, what I had seen on the trail cameras, and for that matter of fact, was not a lot.
Well, let's talk about the mitt here for a minute. We just got these in, and
yep, we just got those in a couple weeks back.
We talked to them at ATA. What?
I tell you what, I watched the video on it, how to put it on, and I did exactly what he said, and I got it set up on my bow. It didn't take long, just a little bit of adjustments, like with the straps you see there. Right here, you just, after you get the first strap on, the big one, the top one, which is your safety strap, and then you just kind of adjust it whether you're an open hand or maybe a closed hand type shooter. And you can adjust it accordingly. And there's a little bit of a pocket for your fingers that you can shove a hot hands in there if you wanted to. And I tell you what, those things are amazing.
Hot hands?
Yeah. Those inventors, great guy. But that mitt, it felt so good to put, and then I would rest it on my lap or something, and I would actually literally just take my hand, bare hand, and stick it in there and just kind of, test it out, see what it's like. I got a bare hand over here that you can see on the base of that picture. I got my my trigger there with the Sure Peep to hold it onto the string, and you can. That's a lifesaver too in its way. But I had it all set up, and I would sit there with two bare hands. I'd tuck one in the mitt on my lap, and that would stay warm. And I'd put my other one in my other coat pocket. Okay. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. And if worst come to worst, I break out a little pair of thin cotton gloves, I guess.
Okay.
And that's all I wear. And I try not to wear one on my trigger finger that I use. So,
Gotcha.
But after that, I was set. I was ready to go, and you just like you said, you just sit in there, and I had the HD Hunters ready to go from Carbon Force. I was using a broadhead that I've used them in years past, so I was very confident with what was going on. The setup was right. Now
you have to have the actors show up for the party.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie.
Did they not get your invitation?
I am not gonna lie. They showed up, but
the wrong actor. You had actresses show up.
Yes.
Not outdoors.
Correct.
Sounds like excuses to me, folks.
I saw for the entire week $3. 3 spikes. Nothing bigger. On camera, we didn't see much bigger than we saw 6 point, a 4 point, actually 2 6 points and a 4 point. And I didn't even see those deer,
Really?
which kind of got me discouraged. But got to stay confident,
Right.
which I did. But
As the week progressed,
it was doe after doe after doe after doe.
do you think that might change as we get closer and deeper into the rut?
I think so. I think what's going to happen is I saw a lot of little button buck, and they were getting their butts kicked. Mom was having their feet. Mom was not liking them around anymore.
It was dispersal time.
It was like
Time to get them out of the way and get them moving on.
Exactly, which is good. But typically in October, I'll catch a few bucks at a distance, just kind of cruising.
Right.
Didn't even have that, which was discouraging again. But I'm up north hunting, and I don't care in a way. Do I wish I could have shot a doe? Yeah, that would have happened in about the first 5 minutes.
Right.
Because I had it was funny that I had all this time to look at these does. Yeah, I could have shot the first one. Then I started thinking, well, I started watching the interaction of which does and what they did.
Yeah.
Because at one time, I had 13 deer in at one time.
Okay.
And it was like ants in the forest. And I would see maybe she was like the matriarch doe, right? I'd be like, I'd shoot her.
Right.
'Cause she's a real...
Biggest and oldest and bully.
Exactly. You could, And so, Joanne, your moose season started. Yeah.
Nice.
I know, right? So, other than that, I had to sit and wait. And the first day came and went. I saw a few deer. My brother and sister-in-law were due up Sunday night. So I was going to hunt Sunday. I got back out there. The snow was still there. And what happened was I did get back out there. And I will... Is that it?
Danny's flipping through his photo album right now.
Yeah, I am. And my computer's going a little bit slower. So I still had the white stuff.
That looks like an easy cut cutter there.
Yeah, I had that.
You click one, two.
Well,
right there.
okay.
There you go.
There we go. I knew it was there. So, like I said, it was snowing, and it snowed. And we had 4 inches of this stuff on Saturday night into Sunday morning. This was Sunday morning. And it was awesome. I love hunting in the snow up there. It's just one of those things.
I think you can see a lot further. You can see movement a lot easier.
You can definitely see movement a lot further amongst the white, especially if it's sticking on the trees.
Right.
So I hunted this in Sunday morning. Like I said, I seen deer every day. We're allowed to bait there, so yes, that's where I had some cooking beets down.
Cooking beets.
Yeah, or cooking carrots, or apple pie apples.
What, are you making dinner for them?
Right.
All right. I tell you what, we're bumping up here on our first break, so why don't we take a quick step outside, and we'll be right back after this.
PSE Archery has reinvented the way you buy bows.
From now on, you can make the most educated decision possible.
By basing your bow choice specifically on your shooting needs and goals.
All you need to do is ask yourself, what kind of shooter am I? What do I want to achieve?
PSE will help find the right category for you.
So, what kind of shooter are you?
Find out at psearchery.com.
Welcome back. Second segment of the show. Danny's seeing does, and it's snowing.
And I am just seeing in does left and right. Mark Coleman was at Buffalo County Outfitters for a week. He saw several small bucks, spikes, 4s, and 6s, but no giants. We hit the October lull.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I really do think that's what was happening. It was the calm before the storm.
Well, I got a report from the guys down in Indiana. One of the kids that hunted with me last year.
Yes.
Smoked a giant buck down there.
Yes, he did. I saw that.
Biggest buck he's ever killed.
Congrats to him. I saw the pictures and laying in the back of the pickup.
Yeah, a bunch of junk amongst the mainframe 8, and it was a big bodied deer. I think they said it went well over 220.
Wow.
So
that is awesome.
They're guesstimating that it was about a 4.5-year-old buck, probably 140s ish.
Really?
Yeah. So
wow, that
nice buck.
It was a nice buck,
Yep.
and I tell you what, that down in Indiana, they got some nice bucks down there.
Eric Dabb says that they've got nearly a foot of snow in Minnesota right now.
And did you see his comment about that? It says
too early.
That it's too early.
Yeah.
It was so funny to listen to the radio up there. They were saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
One of my highlights of my trip was driving into Crystal Falls on Friday night, and it started to snow, and I started picking up the football game, the high school football game, and high school announcers.
Oh yeah.
It was the funniest thing when the guy was he's like, it's snowing. I have no idea who's out there because I can't see them, and I don't know what yard line they're on because there's no markers. That's
great.
It was.
Just to interrupt for a second, Daniel, that bow mitt maker is from Better the Hunt. They're out of Idaho, so check them out. They're on Facebook as well. So tell them that we sent you over there. So they were commenting about the snow,
and that actually started my trip really well because you get the down to earth guys that legitimately tell it like it is.
Oh, you got that picture up there.
If you go there, we can show the picture of the buck taken in Indiana by Derek.
Okay, hang on one second because I got to do something here real quick because I'm having to resize everything depending on how they are. So
okay.
Give me just a second here.
Yeah, but nice buck here. You got yesterday. It looks like.
Yeah. Yesterday. It was yesterday.
23 hours. He posted it. So.
Yeah, I think that was Friday. It was shot Friday night, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Tell me that's not a dandy of a buck.
I know, right? Great Indiana buck.
Yep.
Nice. Well, it doesn't say what it is, but I think it's a 9 because I see a kicker up on the 1G2.
Yeah, there's some junk on it there, but it's definitely it was 8 with some junk. He said so. But nice buck, nice old buck there. There you go. There's another photo over there in the back of the pickup truck.
Back of the red pickup truck, right?
Yeah. So.
But yeah, that's some beautiful stuff down there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I wish I was going to be able to do more. While we're talking about this for a second, I want to throw something out real quick. This year there's been some stuff that's been going on behind the scenes with me here, and my time
with both of us.
Yeah, my time in the woods is going to be very minimal at best. Not going to be able to do a lot, if any hunting this year, rifle or bow season. So if you've been wondering, it's like, hey, Mike ain't talking about Indiana. He ain't talking about up north. What's going on? He ain't talking about getting his bow out.
We just got some things happening in our lives that kind of take away from being out in the woods, right?
Well, you got to take care of things at home and family, and that's all I'm going to say right now about
exactly.
it. But be rest assured that I have not given up hunting.
No, I'm not going to let you. That's the thing. I'm not going to let you give up the hunting. So, and when we get there and we get back, I'm not sure what normal will be for us, but when we get there,
normal this year is not normal for anybody. We just got word this week that actually, or last week, that ATA is going to be canceled. We got word this week Harrisburg is canceled. So the two biggest outdoor shows east of the Mississippi are now, one private and one public, are gone for 2021 already. And it's just this is continuing. And I don't mean to get down a down note, but it's like, doggone it. I just want this to be over with and get back to whatever normal is and everybody get their lives back and move forward.
I got a notice from a wild game dinner that I planned. Planning
to attend
in January.
Mm-hmm. Canceled.
They kind of did the old.
We're gonna wait and see.
Yeah, till December because they usually first week in November is when they do the ticket sales.
Okay.
For the January, I think it's the last weekend in January.
One of the local ones here.
Yeah, and they put out that due to what's going on right now.
Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that.
If they were to abide by the rules per se right now, they would not be able to give the experience that they want to. So they're going to wait and hold everything off till December. And it sounds like they're going to wait to the latest possible moment that they can pull the trigger.
Okay.
Make the decision.
Well, that's good. They're holding out hope.
They're trying. They are. Because when you sent me that about the Harrisburg show, and obviously we know about ATA, it's like, here we go. Tim Cias, yes, grouse hunters up in the UP are having a great time. I had a cousin that was up there, which would have been 2 weeks ago. They went out the first night, and I think they shot 6 the first night. Him and Him and his buddy with the dog.
Grouse or what?
Grouse. They had a mix. They had mostly grouse, and I think they had one or two woodcocks. I think in the picture,
Okay.
I remember. But they were slamming them. I could definitely tell that they were doing some good things up there. Derek Vaughn, get in the woods. He saw $6 this morning. It's going to be good from here on in. I think so, but I am. We have a bet. I was thinking about this as I was had a little time on my hands when I was in the woods. With this little cold stretch, you know we're going to get a warm stretch. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You want to make a bet? It's November 15th.
Right.
All right.
What else we got there? Anything good?
Yeah, and my sister-in-law Diane dozed, and over and over and over again. You're right. It's a replay.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'm not missing too much this year.
It all depends on where you're at. I've seen some great bucks taken on let them go, let them grow. I've seen from small ones to big ones. I've seen does being taken left and right. It's just it depends on where you're at, what's going on, how things are going. Mm-hmm. But by Monday, the snow was gone. And
we're getting back to the slideshow here.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. I got to get Danny's slideshow going.
So the snow from the weekend had kind of dissipated, but don't worry, there was some more snow due coming up.
Okay.
And so as you can tell in this picture, I think this was Monday. Mm-hmm. The snow had kind of melted off the trees and everything, and a beautiful sunrise.
That is nice.
That is just one of the best things that I love out in the woods, and anybody out there can't deny this. When you get a sunrise or a sunset,
it
is one of the
spectacular,
and especially if it's calm, it's quiet,
and you don't hear a single thing.
Yeah.
What is it they say that the silence is deafening?
It is definitely deafening when your ears are ringing and.
Tim Sy says, just go duck hunting. Maybe that's what I need to do. Just go duck hunting.
I heard them shooting this morning, so I think they were out duck hunting this morning. So, but yeah, I heard geese up there. I heard from fighter jets to geese and everything in between.
So the UP is not so quiet, huh?
Not when they go to supersonic and you can hear them.
Okay.
They were having some fun. I'd like to talk to Mr. Slocum and find out exactly what they're doing up there, but they were doing a little training missions. And
nice.
They were zipping around the UP. It was fun, but yeah. So as we got into Tuesday, Wednesday, we got into more snow, and then Thursday we got into more snow.
It looked like you just had a cold, snowy week up there with not a lot of action. I mean, we had action, but not like I said. The actors didn't show up that you needed.
The actors didn't show up. Actresses were there.
They're on strike.
The actresses were there from the moment they were everywhere. Literally, they were everywhere.
Okay.
I came walking out of the cabin, they were there.
Okay.
They walked towards me. So,
all right.
But yeah, that week, the week was a great week. We did get my cousin Dennis did get 1 6-pointer on Wednesday.
Okay.
He had a 6 and a 4 come in.
Okay.
And he did a little rattling. They came in. He made a great shot on it. And the day before, he shot at an 8-point, and we think he hit a branch, and the arrow deflected, is what happened.
Been there.
Right. Because he went back to the scene of the crime, and now I found out why the blade on his broadhead was bent.
Gotcha.
Because he probably hit the tree. So, but he did get the 6-pointer on Wednesday night, so we were able to bring that home, get it hung up in the garage. Of course, I don't have my phone, or else I'd have a picture of it. And then for the rest of the week, it was the same old script every day. We broke camp Friday. I got home about 10 o'clock Friday night.
Oh, you came back. Okay, I thought you were coming back Saturday night.
That was the original plan.
You'd seen enough does?
It was just like, you know what? Let's just get back.
Beat the traffic.
That and, with my helping Kelly, I was like, we can get back. I got some stuff I got to take care of at home. Plus, when you're going the other way from everybody on a Friday night,
right?
It just makes it. I mean,
you can sail home.
I literally did sail home. It was, and there again, I came home reversed. I left a blizzard and got home to the rain.
Yeah, it did rain a little bit down here Friday.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
and I left Crystal Falls. It was a blizzard. I got about an hour out to Escanaba, and it started to change over. By the time I hit the middle of the UP, it had gone up to about 35, and the rain. And then from the bridge down was just a matter of rain and clouds and rain and clouds.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead. Let's take our next break. We come back. That post I made, I think it was yesterday, about the tree. Can you pull that up so we can talk about that when we come back?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to step outside, take our next break. We'll be right back after this.
PSE Archery has always dominated the speed category. Now, the most revolutionary cam system ever to hit the market has perfected the shooting experience. Introducing PSE's Evolve Cam System, featuring extremely high let-off capabilities and the smoothest draw cycle in history. No other cam system has ever delivered this level of total comfort and total control. Experience PSE. Experience performance.
Welcome back, third segment of the show. So we've been talking a little bit about Danny's week up north. And
Terry makes a comment there about the Easy Cut was a valuable tool in the woods.
Yeah.
Not only in the woods, but around the cabin.
That's right. Yeah.
It's one of those things that we use the kamikaze saw, or we use the loppers, depending on, or I use the little G's too. So yeah, great set of tools to have with you, whether you're at the cabin, you're camping, or you're out in the woods. Great stuff.
Well, this week, it was actually, I think Friday, we had a storm roll through here, and it got pretty nasty. And over at my daughter's house, Mackenzie, they had a tree go down. Do we have any of the before pictures? Or is that on my page?
This is your page.
Go back down to the other one there, if you could, the before. I think, but anyway, they had the tree go down at their house.
This was Friday, right? That this storm came through, right?
Yep, that was Friday. Yep, go down a little bit.
That because I know my
right there. I probably don't have a big wide shot of what happened, but it'll give you an idea here anyway of what we were dealing with. And right here, you can see they had a pretty good sized tree go down. And I broke out my pruning shears, my kamikaze curved saw, and I brought the sling pack, and not knowing what I was exactly going to need. But I mainly I started out with the pruning, the hand pruners, and I would go through, and I was cutting the smaller limbs, like trying to top it.
Yep.
So I could start working with a chainsaw. And that went really well. And then I was starting to get into some thicker stuff. So I got that kamikaze saw out, and when I broke that thing out, that is a reverse draw saw. You put it on the limb and you pull back. The teeth on that thing is like, I was cutting anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inch limbs, and it was just zipping through it like butter. But we took that whole tree, and you got that picture up there, and that's what I would go through, and I would cut. That's all them limbs out there by the road. There, you see 1, 2, 3, 4 big piles there along. There's 2 back there by my Jeep, and then the 2 up there by the mailbox. And that's the debris that we cut with just the kamikaze and the pruners.
Nice.
And we cut that whole thing up, had that driveway cleaned up in 2.5 hours. So it did quite the job. I got all that debris off of that tree, and then fired the chainsaw up and went through and
cut up the big stuff.
Cut all the big stuff up. Yeah, you got that there. Yeah, go back to the one there where the stump was. Yeah, right there. That's, we're all done. That whole area that you can see right there was full of nothing but branches and tree.
Exactly.
So,
and then you went down to a little pile out by the road.
Yeah, they were trying to give away some of it. So. Yeah, but
you try to do your best to help other people out. But there's another shot of all the stuff that was drug out by the road.
Yep.
And that's one of those things that you don't expect when these trees are going to fall.
No.
And like this one just missed the car.
Yeah.
And it didn't hit anybody, thankfully.
Didn't hit anybody, didn't hit the house. American flag stayed up, actually. It didn't hit the flag and on the front of their house. It didn't damage the car. But where it fell is where my daughter parks her car.
Okay.
And they had just left to go to the store.
Oh,
they were gone for about an hour and a half, come back, and that was in the driveway.
Was it a lightning strike or was it wind?
It was a lightning strike. It split that tree right in half.
Really?
Yeah, it smoked it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blew it right apart. So yeah, you can take your hunting gear, and it's not always just hunting gear. You can use it around the house. I mean, I've used that gear here around the house on the trees many times. But yeah, if you haven't looked at Easy Cut, I suggest you guys take a good look at it, because man, it's some awesome stuff.
Yep, so. It is some good stuff. We used it up there, and in a couple different occasions. We actually used it. I bought a bale of hay or alfalfa, and I'm kind of sitting there, and you know what? With stuff like that, you can't let it get wet, or else it's just useless. So I was kind of looking around the cabin, and me and my brother kind of put our heads together, and we made a alfalfa feeder out of all the recycled wood we could find around the cam.
Okay.
And we used the kamikaze saw to cut off. When we realized when we should have used it, it was towards the end of the build. But we did use it, and we there again, we used it out in the woods to cut back some brush. We used it at the camp, and so we built a alfalfa feeder. And then I left this by the cabin. I put the alfalfa in there, and then it was a matter of watching the deer figure it out. And lo and behold, it took them a while, but they figured it out that, hey,
there's food in there.
It's pretty good. And then it snowed again, and I used a 4x8 sheet for the roof. It stayed dry. So
nice.
Yeah, so we built something up there on a whim. We built it in 2 hours. Just, hey, what do we got around the camp? Oh, here's some 2x4x12s. Cut those up, and
right.
We thought of a design. We came up with we found a grate laying around, so it was good. It was good. We had a good time. I will have a recipe for you. My sister-in-law had a crock pot Salisbury venison steak.
Nice.
I will get that recipe, and it was good. It was literally throw it all, brown the meat, throw it all in, set it, forget it, come back later, and you can have it over mashed potatoes. You can have it over noodles. You can do anything you want with it. But
speaking of recipes, we got the one from Julie from over at Buck Baits. Is anybody out there listening to the show, podcast, or the live stream right now that has actually used the
venison stuffing?
Venison stuffing, yes.
I don't think anybody has. I haven't seen anything, but with Thanksgiving coming, I think we're gonna have a few people trying this.
Yeah, I'd like to hear what some thoughts are on that and the results.
If not, we'll have to make it.
Post pictures. In video or whatever.
We'll have to make it. We'll get Tammy to make it.
There we go.
Tammy's driving back, so she's not on the show listening or watching, so we're gonna volunteer her to make it.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, that works for me too. Yeah, so that was my week in review. It was good. Can't wait to go back in 3 weeks, and it'll probably be like 70 degrees out and I'll be in shorts.
There you go. I'll tell you what, let's go to our last break. We'll save what little time we got left for the end of the show in case we run a little long. If not, then we'll wrap things up. So we're going to step outside, take our last break. We'll be right back after this.
Acceleration is part of PSE's DNA. PSE pioneered the speed movement. Now they've developed the vapor category to help you find the most powerful bows on the market to fit you.
High speed equates to intense power and building the momentum you need to be successful. Are you a vapor shooter? Find out at psearchery.com.
Welcome back, last segment of the show. So we kind of recapped everything for the last couple weeks that's been going on. I talked about a little bit about I'm not getting out.
Yeah, you're not getting out.
I'm going to wait, but I want to move ahead just a little bit.
I want to move ahead real quick.
Okay.
Because I have a doctor's appointment this week coming up Thursday. It's my yearly physical, and I hope to have a good report next Sunday.
There you go. Bring one back.
I hope. I can't wait.
You're looking skinny, my friend.
So are you.
Yeah.
You posted that you went over 200 miles.
Yep.
I haven't been keeping track, so I don't know where I'm at. But you and I together have pushed each other, made each other feel guilty, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully our results come back with, for me, being what I want to hear from him, and you, we've lost over 100 pounds together. So
I'm pushing that 70-pound mark right now, so I'm getting real close to that. Broke under 200 for the first time in probably over 35 years, I think. 30 years, at least 30 years, maybe 35. So things going well with that. My goal for the year was originally going to be 120 miles running when I first started this thing, and then I'm like, I can do 150. Well, it went from that to 200, and I crossed that threshold today, actually, and it should have been a lot sooner. But it is what it is, and I've been pushing hard to the mark to try to get it done before deer season, which I was able to do before November. So with that being said, there's a good possibility. I mean, I know I talked about this on Facebook, so I'll go ahead and share it here a little bit. That I went in for an MRI on my knee about a month and a month ago.
I don't even think it was that. It was a couple of weeks ago. I know that.
It's been a little while. But anyway, going to wind up probably having surgery on my knee in December. And if that's the case, my goal is to get rehabbed in time to be able to shoot opening night of Indoor Archery League. First or second week of January. So
yeah, it's usually I don't know when the first falls this year, but it's usually that following weekend, whatever that is. If not, I'll just have to stand you up in the at the firing line and let you shoot.
Yeah, absolutely. 2020 has definitely turned around for me. Thanks for the kudos on the 200. Thanks Daniel as well. It's I don't know, man. You think certain things are coming and you plan for them and you wait for deer season to get here and then things don't turn out the way they're supposed to, and then it's like, well, doggone it, now I got possible surgery and I know it's going to take about. They said I'd be down for probably 2 weeks.
Is that what it was? 2 weeks?
Yeah. I've got some stuff on my knee that's got to be removed, and then I've got some repairs to be done as well. And my goal, I'm going to put it this way: if I can stand comfortably and be able to shoot, I'm going to be at Archery League shooting. If I'm in a brace, I don't care what it is. I want to get up on the line. I'm on to shoot, and I may not shoot very well, but
you're going to shoot.
I'm going to shoot. That's my goal. I haven't shot in a while outdoors. The weather's been bad, and things have taken precedent, and the bow stayed in the case. So, with that being said, I hope to get the bow out here for January, so to speak, and get back in the swing of things and make 2021 a hell of a lot better than what 2020
Well, if worse comes to worse, your knee's going to be out of commission.
Mm-hmm.
But as Nancy says, there's always kayaking.
I can do that.
Okay, if you want to kayak down a frozen river, you go right ahead.
Hey, it can't.
I want to see it because
it's
going to be kind of hard to. Those paddles on top of the ice is going to look good.
No, rivers don't freeze if they're moving fast enough.
If you find the right river.
That's right.
Because the Saginaw River can be frozen one day and hours later be
open. Yeah, Saginaw River's that's the other thing. We got ice fishing. Hopefully we got ice fishing this year. It's been, 4 years since you and I have been?
I think it's at least been a couple years for sure that we actually got out there on a legitimate, hey, let's go ice fishing.
Right. Denny Steiner. Denny, I want to say something right now on the show. You got me in trouble with that post of yours that I reshared. And for
Which
anybody,
one was that?
That was the one where it started off as, I'm sorry, I apologize, everybody, but you're going to have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yep, I saw that.
Okay, well, my boss at work saw that, and he says he wants to have a talk with me tomorrow morning when I show up.
Right? See, there you go.
No, I do not have anything. It was a joke.
It was a joke.
Yeah, so.
It was a funny ha-ha.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, so we got some things coming up. We're going to get out, do some hunting if we can. Obviously, you got some issues coming up. We'll take care of it. Can we say goodbye to 2020 fast enough?
No, I don't want to wish the year away, but I do want to wish it away as well.
Right, exactly.
I'm looking forward to the holiday season. Had close people that I really care about here this weekend to wish me a happy birthday, and it was nice. It's nice spending time with friends and family, and that's what Thanksgiving's about. Actually, that's what deer camp's about, as well. And ice fishing camp, or Christmas is coming up and New Year's, so we got a lot of time to spend with our friends and family.
It was a little late, but we had a great. My cousin Dennis and Cheryl and Chantel, the ladies, because we also had a little one, Ariella, up there. I think she's a year and a half, so they would stay back. They cooked a turkey dinner, and basically it was all the cousins sitting around at hunting camp.
That's a good time.
That was a blast. Mark Coleman says maybe knee surgery will help you shoot better.
Ooh. It might. I hope.
Kyle Sharp, I can help you out ice fishing if we get the ice.
That's the problem, Kyle. Danny and I, we talked about this every year, and for the last, I think we've been one time in the last 3 seasons, so this will be coming up on season 4, hoping to have good ice. The biggest issue is we probably haven't went far enough north. I mean, obviously up north.
Well, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get together, decide, and make a Houghton Lake trip.
Yeah, like old times.
Maybe we'll get a place up there for the weekend and just go rent some cabins and rent an ice shack and just have a good time and leave on a Friday and come back Sunday just before the show. Or we do the show up there and
yeah. Denny says sorry.
Yeah, he's really sorry, right?
Laugh.
And Daniel Burns says you'll have time to watch the second season of NHF TV then.
Yeah, there you go.
So Hey, you got plenty of people looking out for you. You got one guy that wants to take us out on the ice if we have ice.
Right.
Denny's trying to get you in trouble.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take Denny too much to get us in trouble.
No, not really.
You know,
it'll be sad this year because we won't be able to see Denny at ATA.
Maybe Denny wants to come up and go ice fishing.
Right. So, but yeah, no. Other than that, it was one of those weeks. I'm tired tonight, and then I got to go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, well, there's that. So
reality strikes.
I guess with that being said, we're close enough on Showtime tonight. It's going to be a little bit short, but let's go ahead and wrap it up for the podcast portion. And for those of you on the podcast, as we always say, make sure you go over to Facebook, all of our social media accounts, wherever you're following us at, and give us a like, follow, share. And go over to YouTube. If you're over there watching the show over there when we repost, make sure you subscribe to it over there. That helps us out. And if you're listening over on iTunes, make sure to give us a review. That helps us out as well over there. And don't forget to go support the people who support us, our supporters here at Up North Journal. They've got some great deals going on. Don't forget those promo codes. And next week, we're going to be back again next week, right?
Next week, we'll be back again.
Alrighty. And that'll be the 1st of November. So
It'll be the 1st of November.
Everybody have their Halloween treats.
Yep.
So there's that.
We'll have our healthy Halloween treats.
That's right. Y'all take care out there on the podcast, and be safe out there trick-or-treating. We'll see y'all next week.
This episode was brought to you by
PSE Archery,
Buck Bait,
Better the Hunt,
Rebel 6 Rubs and Seasonings,
Easy Cut,
Lim Walker Game Calls,
Sunrise Archery,
Total Heat,
Hunter's Blend Coffee,
Packer Max,
Fourth Arrow Camera Arms,
Scent Blocker,
Scent Lock,
Copper John,
and Stanislawski Release Aids.
Thanks for listening, and join us again here next week. Until then, remember, as we always like to say, if you're out on the water or in the woods, shoot straight and be safe until next week on the Up North Journal.